Kirsten here, the K and MK redesign. Molly and I want to come on every Thursday, either through video or photo, and just give a little update of what's going on in our life and what we're doing in our homes during this time of social isolation. So we are definitely spending more time at home, and that can be, it can have its benefits for sure, but it also has its drawbacks. And like one of those things, it's like you kind of get sick of your scenery, or not sick of it, but just tired of looking at the same thing all the time. So we just want to give you some tips of things you can do in your home with what you have. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about today is about choosing paint colors. Now, you might not be able to go out and get paint during this time, but depending on where you live, you may be able to go out and get paint. But the main thing is just starting to think about the design. That's always the biggest process, is thinking through it. So Molly and I can definitely do this for you virtually and give recommendations. But if you don't have paint swatches at home, maybe your local paint store could mail some to you. But if they're closed, don't worry about it. This is just something to even just start thinking about. So I'm going to show you my dining room and why I want to paint it. This is my dining room. It has been this color since we first moved in about 5 years ago. So we painted it when we came in. It's hard to tell in this lighting because it is a very cloudy, rainy day, so the lighting will look different in here. But it does kind of have a yellow undertone to it, so it's a little creamy, warm. These curtains have not always been in here. These were actually in our guest room, but I wanted to switch them around. So that's just another easy thing you can do, is you can take your curtains and kind of move them around if that works. We did have to elevate our curtain rod to make it higher because these are longer curtains compared to our other ones. But I just like these in here more. It makes it feel lighter and brighter. And it's going to sound kind of funny, but I do want to go dark in here. So I have a lighter living room, a lighter kitchen, and I kind of like moody spaces. And so for this space, I think it would be really pretty in a green. So I'm just going to pull out different greens, and one of my sons is going to help me today because he wants to be a part of this. Can you wave? Okay. So we're just going to go through and look for different greens.
Hello, bad guy. Hello, bad guy.
And you need to be quiet, otherwise they can't hear me. So I pulled out a bunch of green samples that I liked that were in the box, and then I am just going to take a look and narrow it down even more from just sitting here, and then the next step will be going and holding them up against the wall. So right off the bat, I can tell this one is too turquoise for me. Are there any that stand out to you?
That one.
You like that one? You want to try this one on the wall?
Yeah.
And everything looks different in different light, so you want to take a look at it during the day with natural sunlight. You want to look at it with your lighting on that you would use in the evening. And then, did I say sunny day? I don't know, my mind is going, but on a sunny day, it will look different. I don't know if you notice that with gray tones. Sometimes your grays can look a little purple, or sometimes your whites can look yellow. It just is very based on the undertone of the color. So that's why it's important just to make sure the undertone is the warmth or coolness that you're going for. So I'm just going to take a look at these, figure out which ones I want to hold up on the wall. Okay, I'm back. After that, everyone's fine, but I'm just gonna hold these ones up to around the room and kind of look at it, and then I'm gonna show you another part that I pay attention to when I'm looking at paint colors for kind of like finalizing it. Okay, so I'm coming up a little bit closer, and it is challenging to see the differences on the camera. You might be able to see a little bit. One is a little more green, one is a little more gray, and I think one even has a little bit more blue in it, or brown. It's kind of hard to tell, definitely on the camera. That's why looking at it in person is so important. And now I'm doing it from this angle because my living room goes right into my dining room here, and so I'm trying to see which one of these I think goes best with the light gray in there. You can definitely see the colors and the difference of them. Okay, and now I'm looking at one other area. So the kitchen and my walls are like a bright white, but my cabinets are dark and black. So now it's just looking at these one more time to see which ones I like the best. I'm going towards this middle one here. I feel like this one is a little brighter of a green, and I kind of like more of a gray green, especially with like the antique art that I put around in here. I feel like one of the top two are going to be my go-to. Thanks for coming along with me in the real life of what's going on. So start thinking about paint colors in your home, and you know, for these ones, they're going to be the three that I'm going to be playing around with mostly. So I will see what they look like in the sun when it's a sunny day, and that might change my mind a little bit. So I've narrowed it down, and this is what I'm going with. So I hope you're enjoying like this candid life video, because I feel like we are all transitioning here to something new, of being home a lot more. Usually my kids are in school, so it's a mix of like doing homeschool, doing work stuff, like figuring it all out. So thanks for bearing with me, and hopefully you had fun and laughed a little at us, because you know, we gotta lighten the mood a little bit. So have a great day.
Hey, stop doing that! Stop doing that naughty phone! Stop doing that naughty phone, crazy! Yeah, boo boo, hey, stop doing it!